Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and this is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video talking about what is the best blessing to pick for the new Fusion champion Razelvarg. There's a couple different options and a couple different things to consider based on the level of blessing that you are getting. And I thought this would be an important topic because we not only had the Fusion for Razelvarg, but we also had that very big event happening in game where you could acquire a 5-star blessing by spending a ton of resource in game. So let's fire it up and take a look at what the best blessing choice is going to be for Razelvarg. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so obviously this is the event I was talking about centered around Rozovarg. Now I've covered this ad nauseum here on the channel and on the website and everything and broken it down in a lot of different ways. So if you haven't seen any of that, feel free to browse the aftershockunited.gg website, or just check out the video here, one of my recent videos on the channel breaking down the path of spring and how many points it's going to take for Rozovarg and all of that. But it's coming to a close right now, so that's not as important of a topic. The main thing to talk about is what is the blessing of choice for Rozovarg if you are lucky enough to either get the 5-star reward right here or get like a 1 or 2-star blessing option. So, okay, I think for most builds out there, there's going to be 3 different choices. Obviously, there's like a 4th, 5th, and 6th choice that could be viable somewhere down the line for some sort of usage for Rozovarg. But I think the 3 most popular options to choose from for blessing on Rozovarg is going to be Brimstone, Phantom Touch, and Cruelty. So first off, for Brimstone, you are going to get good bonuses if you level it up to a high level because you get HP, accuracy, and speed, which is all going to be relevant on Rozovarg. And Brimstone, it did get adjusted a little bit recently. It's nowhere near the blessing that it was before as like a 1-star. But if you're getting that 5-star blessing from the event, or you get this thing to 6-star, it's still going to be an extremely powerful blessing that will make your PvE damage a lot more consistent, especially if Rozovarg is one of the higher blessinged champions within your team, which is definitely possible, especially if you're doing the event and you're using him somewhere like the Hydra, where you've got 3 different teams to choose from for putting Rozovarg in. So Brimstone is definitely a very, very viable choice. But then also, do not sleep on the rare blessing Phantom Touch, which has a chance of inflicting bonus damage to one enemy whenever this champion hits enemy targets. Rozovarg is going to be snowballing a ton of turns, maybe taking the most turns of anybody on your account. So Phantom Touch can be very good. And again, you're getting good bonuses. You're getting attack, HP, crit damage, and speed is very, very important on Rozovarg. So especially if you are doing a very high attack build and you're able to get good gear on Rozovarg, I could see the Phantom Touch blessing cranking out even more damage and more consistently than Brimstone, because you got to rely on like your opponents doing a certain ability to get the Brimstone proc. You have to also rely on like someone else in your team and not already placing the Brimstone, and there's a little bit more wonky mechanics going on with the Brimstone blessing. Phantom Touch going to be an awesome choice for Rozovarg. The third one I'm going to talk about is Cruelty. Now, this is going to be a great choice for Rozovarg because he's going to snowball so many turns and get this to fill up very fast, where you can see that it is going to decrease the target's defense by 2% per hit, up to 30% for champions and up to 15% for bosses. So Rozovarg snowballing will get through that a lot faster than most champions on your account, and Cruelty could really help you stack up. Plus, you're getting attack, HP, crit damage, and speed on him. So Cruelty would be a third option to consider as well. But there is something I want to talk about here in relation to Crushing Rend, because if you plan on getting to 6-star with Rozovarg at some point, now you can always change this down the road. You do get a free change on your blessings, or you can do it for gems, so don't feel too bad if you choose a different one, but it's definitely worth talking about. If you get to 6-star for blessing on Rozovarg, look at the Crushing Rend 6-star bonus. We go from just the first hit each round or the first 2 hits each round to every hit will ignore a percentage of the target's defense and 1% defense for every 10 levels, and we are getting attack, HP, crit damage, and speed. So I think the undisputed best choice, if you have a 6-star blessing on somebody snowballing as many hits and as many turns as a Rozovarg, is going to be crushing Rend. But a lot of you are probably never going to get to a 6-star, or at least not for a very long time. And I think that's why I said earlier in the video that the best kind of choice, the first 3 I want to talk about, would be Phantom Touch, Brimstone, and Cruelty. But if you locked me down to one specific recommendation, let me know, by the way, if you disagree in the comments and if you are having amazing success with a different build. But I would go with Phantom Touch as my first choice if you don't have 6-star. If you do have 6-star, then I would go ahead and switch it on over to Crushing Rend. So that is kind of my final verdict here on Razelvarg and what blessing to choose, because I know that's going to be a hot topic here in the raid community right now. And I think with Rozovarg snowballing so many turns and so many hits, I mean, you get this A1 that is going to fill turn meter and be a triple hitter. You also get an AoE here on the A2 and on the A3. So Rozovarg going to be snowballing a ton of turns and also cranking out a ton of hits. So there is some potential to get a lot of value out of these blessings, especially if you're able to get that 5-star one. He could be one of the strongest champions on your account in terms of how much better they get from a blessing helping them be successful. And I'm actually in the process right now of getting into my Rozovarg and building him early this week. You can see I'm grinding the masteries and the levels and all of that, and I'll get more deep dive content showcasing Rozovarg and where I'm using him and what build I went with and all of that. But I wanted to talk about this as soon as possible because that event is going to be ending today here for the Path of Spring. And even though I didn't do it, I know there are a lot of people that are grinding really hard for the Rozovarg Perfect Soul here, the 5-star. So I wanted to cover this for you here on the channel and talk about the different blessings in the context of Rozovarg and the choices involved with that. And also, just for ease of access, I will remember to link to our blessings tier list that we have on the website down below in the video description and also the pinned comment, so you can browse this and kind of scroll through it. You can also lock it up on the top right if you would like to lock it in place for when you're scrolling and reading through. There is a function up there that some people miss for locking the blessings in place. And I actually plan on meeting with some of the team to get this up to date at some point this week, ideally, just to constantly try and keep the resources as up to date as possible. So I hope this discussion helped you out a little bit in picking an optimal blessing for Rozovarg, and remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. Also, let me know down below, like I said a little bit earlier, let me know if you are getting a lot of success with a certain blessing or a certain build, because the more context that we can all share with each other on a new champion like Rozovarg, the better, in my opinion. So with that being said, have a great rest of your day. I appreciate all of you. I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.